Chiefs beat the Jets 23-20. I'm sure Vegas is very, very happy that Patrick Mahomes slid down in bounds because they were giving 9 points, and who knows what would have happened. And Patrick Mahomes says, you know what? I'm not going to take a chance. I'm not going to take a chance that we score a touchdown and they run the kickoff back onside and something fluky happens. So you know what? They have no more timeouts. I'm going to slide down in bounds. He also threw his 200th touchdown pass in his 84th career game, fewest to 200 TD passes in NFL history, surpassing my former colleague and HOF class teammate, Dan Marino of 89 games. What were some of your takeaways? Let's start with the Kansas City, and we'll get to the Jets. Let's go with Kansas City. What was your big takeaway from the game with the Chiefs?
I mean, obviously with the Chiefs did what they could. I mean, it was very surprising with Taylor Swift being in the building that Travis Kelce hadn't caught a ball into the third quarter. You would have thought they would have featured him the same way the NFL has featured Taylor Swift and all of their somewhat commercials leading up to the game. Yeah. But other than that, they played good football. They played good football. They didn't blow the Jets out like everybody thought. Everybody thought it was going to be a runaway game. Obviously, Super Bowl champ going to come in and just run the Jets out the stadium, but that wasn't the case. They played good football. Obviously, Patrick Mahomes turned the ball over because of the great defense of the Jets. And I mean that's pretty much it. They ran the ball
that wasn't defense, Ocho. Ocho, those throws. Listen, you see those throws? What did he say? Hold on.
Listen,
read his lips.
What creates those kind of throws?
What did he say?
What creates those kind of throws? Defense
he didn't have pressure. There was no pressure on him. Go back and read his lips. He said, throw the effing ball. He was trying to guide it. It wasn't no pressure on him when he threw the picks. Yeah, did they pressure him? Yes. But on those possessions, those were self-inflicted wounds.
Okay.
What about the run game? Were you impressed with the KC's run game, Pacheco?
Yeah, most definitely. Pacheco's the real deal. He the real deal. And matter of fact, I heard Collinsworth, the comparison between him and Marshawn Lynch. You see the similarities in their styles of running. Obviously, I'm not saying he's Marshawn Lynch, and not by any means, but the force in which he runs with meaning, like a Marion Barber, Marshawn Lynch. You know, it's one more that's on the tip of my tongue. Where they ran with such anger, like, and there was intent behind every step they took, especially when they run into their opponent. Other than that, I mean, they was decent. It was decent from their side.
I think the thing is that the Chiefs got to do something with that right tackle. He's had 10 accepted penalties in 4 games. Let that sink in, ladies. The record, if I'm not mistaken, is Brandon Browner, I think in 2015, had 23 in a 16-game season. He has 10 accepted. Not to count how many, they got off the field. It was third down, and he got a penalty, and the pass was incomplete, or they got stopped or something. He has 10 accepted penalties. That's terrible. And you know what? And it's going to bite you when you least need it to come into play. Because he gave him 2 points. He got him on the board.
You know what the funny thing about it is? The offense is so efficient. The offense is so good. They're able to do. They're so well balanced. Offense. I mean, in all 3 phases, they can run the ball very, very well. They can pass the ball very, very well. They're one of the few teams in the NFL that can overcome those penalties. But like you said, at some point later on in the season, in a game of extreme importance, those calls are going to cost them.
You're not going to overcome those against a Buffalo. You're not going to overcome those against a Miami. You're not going to some of the better teams. Right. You're not going to be able to overcome those type of mistakes because they put so much pressure on your defense. Right. Now your offense, because the Jets is not an offense that, you're like, oh man, we got to go score 30. The opposing team offense, like we got to go score 30 against the Jets offense. Right. Buffalo, you got to go get 30. The Dolphins, you got to go get 30. Or you're going to be in trouble. And so mistakes like that, turnovers, because turnovers allow bad teams, you bring them up to your level. Because you see tonight, Ocho, it wasn't like the Jets were driving the ball until the Kansas City created short fields for them, turning the ball over, and it got them some confidence. And all of a sudden you can see, like, Zach Wilson started getting a little more confident.
Whoa. No. That's not what we finna do. We not finna do that.
What?
Zach Wilson played good football tonight.
What happened?
Wilson played good
what
football
happened? You
tonight.
had a chance to take the lead.
What you not finna
You
do?
had a chance to take the lead. What'd you do?
What you not
tell
finna
me
do
what
is
happened
sit here. Wait a minute. Let's talk. We had a drop touchdown. We had a drop touchdown.
A drop touchdown.
We had a drop touchdown. Hold on. We had an interception that Mosley could have picked off. These are game changers. They're about 5 or 6 plays that would have changed the dynamic of that game. What you're not going to do is sit here and talk about, oh, the offense got confidence and Zach Wilson got confidence because of what the Chiefs did. That's what you're not going to do.
Hold on.
We played good goddamn football.
Hold on. Let me ask you a question. Think about it. Okay, in the one game they won, they created 4 turnovers. The game that they got close, the team created 2 turnovers. So tell me the game in which they didn't win, in which the Jets have gone up and down the field.
But that had nothing to do with it.
They lost. Okay, to your point, they lost.
We lost the game, but tonight was a great foundation for us to build off offensively, including Zach Wilson. He played good goddamn football. And the fact that you're going to sit here and not give this man any credit with the way he played, I can't believe you. How you going to sit here and do that?
Ocho, when it mattered the most, when he had a chance to go down and take the lead, tell the people that didn't see the game what Zach Wilson did. Don't get quiet now. Hold on. For the people at home, Ochocinco is going to explain to you last series. Hold on just a second. I want you to explain to the people at home that maybe their cable went out or they don't get NBC on the reg. I need you to explain to the people what Zach Wilson did on the last series.
We didn't make it.
We didn't do
what we needed to do. Listen.
Hold on. Did the offensive line block? Did the receivers go out for a pass route? I need you to give them a play-by-play. I need you to be the Black Chris Collinsworth and walk us through.
I can't even remember that play.
I can't
remember what happened. I can't. I promise you, I can't because I was so focused on
Did
all
you
the
get
good.
mug coming to you?
I can't even remember the bad. I can't even remember the bad. I just know based on what I saw tonight, the sample size and of play I saw from Zach Wilson, it leaves me with a great taste in my mouth and knowing that the Jets are gonna be okay. They're gonna be okay. You want to talk about one? You want to talk about one series? We know what happened when the game was on the line and we could have taken the lead in the game. We know what happened. There's no need to harp on that.
How many times do a game come down to a play, to a possession?
All the time. It happens all the time. It happens all the time.
Exactly.
And I named some other plays. They're about 5 or 6 in the game of 70 days, 75 plays that make a difference. I told you the tight end. Wait, was that? Yeah, we had to settle for a field goal. Ball hit him right in the hands.
Stop it. The man sliding. The man sliding on his great. I thought the dude played for the Mavs the way he was sliding trying to catch the ball. I thought he was a baseball player.
For one, he had his hand placement entirely the wrong way. Any ball below your waist, your hands shouldn't be like this anyway. Your hands supposed to be like this, ready to cup the ball because it's already low.
But you have to understand.
That would have been a catch.
Ocho, what do we explain to the people?
That would have also been able to change the game.
Stuff
like that happened.
Let me ask you a question. What did we talk about running one way and the ball coming behind you? Yes, that's the way you do it. But a normal, when you sliding, it's hard to open your hips up and turn your hands like this. It's a lot easier to be going away and put your hands like that. Yes, that makes the catch more difficult because it's going to hit your hands and go down. But it's really hard to run one way, open the hips, and get your hands up under the ball like that. Don't do that, Ocho. Now, you caught balls for a living.
Now you see what? Now see you sit here making excuses. You sit here making excuses, and I'm telling you, those 2 plays, that drop touchdown and that interception, and but the inch. It's a game of inches. It's a game of inches. Just like Al Pacino said, the 6 inches in front of your face. That's exactly what Zach Wilson missed Garrett Wilson on the deep ball. It was 6 inches.
Yes,
6 inches.
Yes.
All these plays, those are 3 plays right there that would have changed the outcome of this game. And it's just unfortunate that it didn't go our way tonight. It didn't go our way, but I'm happy with the play from Zach Wilson tonight. Hey, listen, even after the game, what did Patrick Mahomes say? Zach played goddamn well and had some hell of a throws out there.
Well,
listen, they rolled him out the pocket, getting him comfortable. You can see the confidence in some of the throws he was making.
They ran the ball a lot better tonight.
Oh yeah.
But in order for you to continue to see this Zach Wilson, your defense is going to have to continue to create turnovers. Are you comfortable that your defense is going to give me, because the one game they won, they created 4. The other game they almost won, they created 2. So the games in which they didn't create any turnovers, what happened?
We lost.
Oh.
Yeah, but that's okay, because the defense. Remember, this is the great defense. This is just not any ordinary defense. This is a great defense, and they're going to continue to cause turnovers. It's going to continue to happen.
But with
these turnovers, what we're going to have to do offense, and you notice I'm saying we.
Yeah,
I'm infiltrating because I support Zach Wilson.
Yeah, because you dropped.
We have to get points on some of these turnovers. If it's not a touchdown,
you gotta get touchdown. You gotta get touchdown.
We gotta get touchdown. But if we can't get touchdown because the defense is playing so well, we got to get 3 points every time. I mean, I'm not saying every time. This ain't no video game. This is real life. But if we can get points every time we get the ball, especially on turnovers, it will make the game that much better for us.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm the Jets, I do see a little glimmer.
Thank you.
Garrett Wilson.
Thank you.
Garrett Wilson. But Ocho, I can't go into a game saying in order for us to win, I got to count on my defense to get turnovers, because you
don't have to think like that.
Yes, you do.
Think like that. No, you don't.
They haven't even come close to winning in games in which they don't create turnovers. Are we watching two different? Are we watching two different teams?
We watching the same thing. But I'm just saying, why you got to be so negative about my Jets, man? Why you got to be so negative?
I've got to paint a realistic picture.
It's a realistic picture, but you don't know what's going to happen from game to game. They can come out next week based on the confidence. You know what? The offensive coordinator might sit back and look, you know what? Zach is feeling a little bit more confident. Maybe I can open up the playbook a little bit more. Maybe I can do more. Maybe I can do more and add a wrinkle or two in, so now that he has a little bit more confidence and he's letting the ball go.
You do realize football games are like poker hands.
Yeah.
The last hand I had has nothing to do with the next hand I get.
Right.
The last game you played got a damn thing to do with the next game that you play.
It show don't. But
okay,
when you have a showing, like they showed tonight against the Super Bowl champs, it makes you feel a lot better going into next week. It makes you feel a whole lot better.
They won against,
feel goddamn good.
They won against Buffalo. Then how they look against the Cowboys? Since if there's carryover, you're telling me there's carryover. Mm-hmm. So how did they look against that Monday night? He came off the bench, reliever, went 6 strong innings, won the game, and then the next week, what happened when they started him? Okay, we're gonna move on. We'll get back to that. We'll get back to our normally scheduled program a little later.
What? Well, you
the Bills,
tough, man. You tough.